up with him, but the 29 car, he'll go around outside him, and Jeff Burton a little bit, but I got caution on.
And here's a 26 car looping around here in the grass and gets it righted back on the race.
Hey, buddy. I got it.
What a great catch by Jamie McMurray to get the car back on the racetrack.
Nice save.
I remember the year that Tony Stewart come flying down the racetrack backwards at Daytona, and he keeps saying, I got it. I think Jamie learned that from Tony. Let's take a look what happened here. Oh, looks like he got tagged by the 22 car, David Stremme, up off of turn 4.
Wow, rear tires came off the ground.
You can call that a great job from Jamie or just flat lucky, but I'll take it any way they want to give it to me right now, because when you wreck off of turn 4 to land and save it, you've done something big.
Nice quarter. Been in front of you. You're clear. You're clear. Good job.
Here's David Rudemann's on board as you watch him go through all the debris.
Down. He's going back across the grass. All clear. Good job.
All right, the 26 car coming down pit road. Let's check in with Mike Massaro.
Well, Jerry, it had been a pretty good run for Jamie McMurray, considering he started 25th, was all the way up inside the top 10 before that incident. Chad Norris, during practice, was a little bit frustrated, saying the car was darty. That's the way he described it. The car would just want to wander through the turns, even without Jamie turning the wheel. So we had a long conversation last night with Jamie, trying to figure out exactly what to do to the race car. Up until that point, Jamie McMurray pretty happy, saying the car was a little bit tight, but you know, was loose at the beginning, but tight at the end. But otherwise happy until that particular incident.
Well, it's remarkable. This car isn't any more heavily damaged than it was for him to be able to come on and put 4 fresh tires on and head back down pit road. We are under caution for the 4th time today. 79 laps are complete. It is Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Jeff Burton, Casey Kane, and now Kevin Harvick moving into the top 5. When we come back, we'll wave the green flag for more NASCAR Busch Series racing. You're watching ESPN on ABC.
But it looks like he didn't get out before the 20 car passed him.
That's just a tough break, and it's so hard to make that call when you make that pit stop. Sitting on pit road, and then wow, you see that 36 car, you can tell just how fast these cars are going. You see that car turn around backwards, and the back end just flies up off the ground.
Well, one thing you got to realize, Andy, you're right. These guys are actually running faster than they do at Daytona or Talladega in straightaway speed. You know, close to 200. Daytona, you're 180 or something like that.
That was pretty.
He was so far to the outside, it looked like possibly that they were going to do the switch right then and there, but then sometimes the air will bring those trucks back together, and it caught Parker Kligerman's quarter panel.
The pack right behind him. Kligerman able to stay off of the wall. This is Todd Bodine.
You heard Todd was off the throttle before he actually spun Parker.
And the 32 of Blake Feast.
Watch Blake Feast. Somebody gets him from behind.
Is that Johanna Long in the 20? It is. Johanna Long in the 20 got in the back of Blake Feast. The rear wheels came off the ground there. Fortunately, that truck came back down. I did not see the roof flap deploy on that truck.
This stuff ain't easy, y'all.
In the race.
Kyle Busch leads the first.
Trouble. Cale Gale gets turned around, slides up the racetrack. People are wrecking behind him.
Clear all around. All clear.
The 21 of John Wood is involved. We've got Cale Gale, and there's another truck that moved up in front of Cale Gale that spun around. First lap has been completed.
To the 09 of Travis Quapple, jumps to the inside.
Oh, and then the 2 moved up to try to give him some room. Just to give him some room, but there was a truck. Rick Crawford was on the outside of him. There wasn't room to move up.
Yeah, then the 30 of Todd Bodine looked like he was in the back of the 7, and he got in the back of the 21, and that's what caused these guys to be involved. But it was a chain reaction deal. No blame on Todd.
Yeah.
you know, these guys came across the start-finish line a mile and a half earlier, running 80 miles an hour. 175 or 80 the next time by, and when something goes wrong, it gets big in a hurry.
David Starr does a nice job with his Zachary Toyota to get by this. See Paul Tracy right in front. Let's see if we can take a look at what Todd saw. Remember, this is TJ Bell right in front of him. You see the smoke for a second? Todd's in the back of TJ. He gets in the back.
TJ, he did a perfect job. He kept his truck straight. Todd was in the back of him. The 7 truck stayed straight, but somebody bounced off the wall and collected him.
Watch this move by the Hornet. They get by on the outside.
Look at the point leader, just driving right around the outside.
Yeah, there's John Wood. He gets turned around by the 7 who was pushed into that by Todd.
You could see the 2 truck came off the wall and caught the 7 of TJ Bell. What a great job by TJ, getting himself a chance to get through the crash, but he couldn't avoid that truck that bounced off the wall.
Came right down and took TJ Bell out of contention for tonight's race. So a difficult start here at Texas Motor Speedway, but our 2 championship contenders unscathed in this first incident. Took place on lap number 2, just as they crossed the start-finish line. What a ride that Team ASC camera had. We'll be right back with more from Texas after this.
Here at Daytona, we've just had an incident coming out of turn 4 after this contact. Stephen Wallace in the 66, Scott Lagasse Jr. the 11, and watch Tony Raines behind him in the 34 get involved. And the 1 car of Mike Bliss jamming on the brakes. He didn't hit anything, but they had to come down, obviously, and take a long, hard look. Scott Lagasse Jr. had a time that put him 13th overall in speed, and they are going to a backup car. Now, what about the Stephen Wallace team? Let's go down to Dave.
Well, and the good news, Doc, on that race car as they back Stevens out here right now is it does not have damage like that. Maybe just a little crinkle on the right front there, but...
That's obviously not the case right now. Still 4 remaining, but Bodine trying to make his move to the outside, and we have trouble on the back straightaway.
Problems for the 14 and the 5. Now they all bottle up behind them. The 16's into the wall. Hornaday, your championship leader, is into the wall. A lot of damage on the back stretch. Oh, and Max Pappas gets into the 5 of Mike Skinner as they're slowing down the back stretch.
Wow.
Johnny Sauter was trying to get back in line in the middle. There was some contact made.
What happened off turn 2 was Bodine got a bump draft off of turn 2 that shot him wide off the turn. And then when he tried to get everything, that bunched them all up. And then everybody started scrambling for positions after that.
A lot of damage to that Geico Toyota, as well as the Copart Chevrolet of our point leader, Ron Hornaday.
Guys, I would expect they're going to have to red flag this, because we're so close to the end of this race, and there's a lot of debris that's going to have to be cleaned up. They want to finish under a green flag condition.
Yeah, Eric Almirola is hoping they red flag it because he's got some gas fuel issues he's concerned with.
Take another look. This is real time.
That's just, I mean, it's really difficult to assess exactly who to blame that on. I mean, Skinner was trying to pull over a little bit. Johnny was in there a little bit. They got together, and it caused a big crash.
Well, it was just rolling. I didn't see anything, Adam. I was in line on the bottom as far down as the yellow line that I could go. I finally found out what the big one is in Talladega and not cause it. So it must have happened beside me or something. And I seen him get squirrely, but I was as low as I could go, and there wasn't much to it. The Durastar International Trucking Engine, Ford F-150, the 5 got into the right rear corner there, turned me to the right. So that's the way it goes, but there was some good hard racing out there. I know the fans was entertained today on speed, and I'm just glad to be part of it.
Remember, they're right tucked down.
Watch the 30 go to the right.
Yeah.
Right
he gets
there.
sideways now, and Skinner follows him. Johnny's going to try to take that hole up in the middle. Skinner's just trying to get back in line behind the 30, and that's where the initial contact came.
And around they go. Numerous trucks involved in this one. You can see 8 of them right there. And Max Pappas in the 5. You see him. I'm not so sure what happens here. Max Pappas looks like he was under control.
Looks like he got back in the throttle to try to get back around here. There's another view. You see Johnny wiggling. Then he hits the 5 truck. That turns the 5 into the 14 of Rick Crawford. A couple guys do a nice job. Watch that white truck right behind Johnny Sauter. Stacy Compton and the 25 of Terry Cook, who do a great job getting through this accident without any contact.
Yeah, Colin Brown also a spectacular job in the 6 truck making it by.
You can see that started it right there. And then it doesn't happen until seconds later.
Well, Colin Brown, you're right. He did a nice job avoiding that.
Racetrack goes to 32, catches the 6, and around goes Justin Lofton. Hits the 13 of Johnny Sauter. They crash right at the start-finish line, and they catch the 32 of Miguel Paludo.
Wow. That was a huge crash.
Yeah, and that was a long time in developing, too. The 6 of Justin Lofton got sideways way early at the exit of 4. Just about saved that thing.
I think someone clipped the 6 of Justin Lofton. I saw some contact there, and he held on to it forever. And when it finally went away on him, Johnny Sauter just had nowhere to go. Miguel Paludo gets a little bit loose right there.
Oh.
Had a slow truck of Norm Benning ahead. Norm didn't do anything wrong. Miguel just got loose and wow, right into the side, almost flipped him over.
Yep. Yeah, Johnny was as far down on the bottom of the racetrack on the apron as he could be. Just nowhere to go when Justin Lofton got down there.
Look at James Busher just barely slipping by. Johnny Sauter not so fortunate. And watch Miguel Paludo. He's watching what's going on. Going to make a move here to the inside. But then he had one coming up from the bottom as well. Just barely gets hit, though. Not a lot of damage. Good job by Paludo not getting involved in the crash that he was a part of starting.
that he somewhat caused coming out of turn 4.
As you mentioned, look at the contact between Sauter and Lofton.
All four tires.
All four tires on Lofton's truck off the ground.
I hit the brake, just